This is Destiny Matters. Every man is born for a particular purpose, and it's God's pleasure to help you become it. Welcome to Destiny Matters. And now, your host, author, pastor, and speaker, Charles Kasivante.
Owange gwe soko wulire bino ffe aba Interior Center abasangibwa Ennatate ku Wakaliga Road tukutuusiriza sofa set ez'omulembe, dining tables, center tables, wardrobes, ebitanda, entebe ez'emikolo ez'omulembe, sideboards, emifaliso, ebimuli ebirungi, sako ne curtains eziriko. Ate tetukomya awo ffe aba Interior Center ffe bakafulu mu kukolera gypsum ceiling, tuzimba ebiyungo, wardrobe partitions, sako ne TV stands mu nnyumba yo olunno n'enshanana. Twesige tukukolera ekyomulembe. Tukubireko ku 0758 69 72 43 oba ku noti 772 43 47 30. Faba Interior Center twesige tujja kwejjusa.
Welcome to Destiny Matters. You're watching Rest TV. We are glad that you have been able to join us. It's a special month for women here on Rest TV. And our theme as Rest TV for Women's Day of 2024 is the hardworking woman. Omukazi omukozi, omukyalo omukozi, awe tuli, awo naffe wetusibidde. Naye Mukama tumwebaza tubaniza mwenna mikwano gyaffe abatulabira ku Destiny Matters. Of course, sponsors baffe, Interior Center, abali wano Wakaliga for the best furniture. Mwebale nnyo mwenna okutusponsoring. Leero nno ndeesa abakazi Mekete. Oluganda lunneme okufunayo otuufu kazi ab'amaanyi era ninayo ekibuzo kyaliyo nti abakazi ab'amaanyi babalansinga batyo amaanyi ne culture n'ebisigadde naye nga right here on set we have some profound people that have really been able to climb and still climbing the ladders of in their career path in ministry and so many other things. Ndowooza tekigenda kuba ekyangu abamu jja boogerako beeyanjuleko ebirala ebisinga ebingi kubanga ebintu bingi nnyo naye nga nsanyusa nnyo okubalaba wano ku mukono wange okusookera ddala wano ninawo omukyala Sematimba Evelyn. She's not new on Destiny Matters, but she's been here before. She's, I would say, a specialist in human resource, worked with very many companies now in the insurance sector with MUA. We're glad to have you again. She likes to call herself a worshipper, as simple as that, and a lover of God. Yeah. And an excellent wife to Mr. Sematimba tukutumidde mchala we faba muina lero naye last time you were here you spoke some very powerful things and we're glad to have you again.
Thank you.
And today you're going to give us some more wisdom. In the middle, this is the first time that Dr. Anne Waja is joining us on Rest TV. And I don't know why it's the first time. She should have been here before, honestly.
I know.
But we're glad to have you. She's a medical doctor. So many things. She works in research. Some terms are medicinal. I'll try them. Epidemiology.
Epidemiologist.
What is that?
It's somebody who does research in how diseases, what causes diseases among populations and how the distribution and what causes the diseases in populations.
So generally, or just infectious diseases?
Generally, but mostly infectious diseases because the infectious diseases are the ones which are infectious. Epidemic, they can turn into epidemics, right?
Yeah. She's also, she's doing a lot of things, of course. In terms of her research, she's a London Fellow. I don't know if some people can understand those things. But
research fellow.
Yeah, I mean, that is must be a very high rank. So how did you become a research fellow? Is that like almost like a knight?
No, not there. But you specialize in a particular area of research.
Yeah.
And so in terms of ranks that you're given at the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, where I'm a research fellow, you specialize in a particular area of work, and so you're an expert, I would say, in that field. So yes.
Yeah. You pursued education. I mean, you want to tell us why you're pursuing so much academics? Because right now you're pursuing a PhD from Netherlands.
Yes.
And yeah.
I'm doing a PhD at the University of Amsterdam in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
And all this is really together. It's part of everything that I do, right from being a researcher in clinical research, in vaccines,
Yeah.
in epidemiology. And so as you have other doctors, for example, a neurosurgeon becoming a specialist in a particular area.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing research, I'm a medical doctor doing research, the top thing that you have to do is a PhD. You have to specialize in a particular area. So that's really what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing that, the PhDs at the University of Amsterdam.
We are glad to have you.
Thank you.
But you're also the CEO of Cakes to Differ.
Yes.
I mean, Cake to Differ is one of the best cakes you can ever have in this nation.
Yeah, and
Akakalango bandi basasuyeko ku sente.
ate tujjakasasula kubanga pastor bwojjukira ne keeki yo ey'embaga.
Ey'embaga.
Twetwagikola.
Yeah.
And we have done many cakes for you.
It was the first cake that appeared like an actual horse.
Yes.
Abantu bambuuza, is that endogo yakulya oba yakatuni? Ebibuuzo byali bingi nnyo wansi emabega eyo. Pastor amadde mbuuza endogo yeyo yakulya naye nga everything was so edible, by the way.
Yes.
And yeah, but also just so many things that you're doing. You love God, your mother.
Born again.
Yeah, you, of course, you fellowship with Watoto Church.
Yes.
And we are glad to have you.
Thank you so much.
Even here, we are Kansanga Miracle Center. Yeah. Then at the extreme right is also a lady that's not new to Destiny Matters. This is Pamela Naiga, working in finance, now managing one of the banks, and we are glad to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, this is International Women's Day. The theme is women empowerment. You know, we're doing a whole month. Women must be empowered, right? Men empowerment. Is there an assumption that men are empowered? Because I never actually heard about that. Is that an assumption that
men be empowered? They are created with power.
Do you feel empowered? Is there a difference? Like, no, because you said men are born empowered. So I want to know.
I'll say for myself.
Yeah.
I think because I grew up in a big family of girls, and mother, we grew up mostly with our mother because our dad passed away quite early. Told us that we could do anything that we put our minds to.
Yeah.
So I've grown up with that, and so I feel that I am really empowered to do whatever I need to do. So I don't look at myself and think, oh no, I'm a poor woman, I can't do that, I can't run for this, I can't try to achieve this.
Yeah.
I actually feel empowered. Yeah. But I know that there are women in different situations who may not feel just as empowered as I am because of what they are going through. Even in some jobs. I mean, I've been lucky, I've worked mostly in private, but I know, like, for example, in government, so just some of the positions, even to get a woman to be in that position, if the person gets there, they may be paid a different salary from what others are paid. So I can't say I'll say I'm lucky, or I've been through. I've been privileged. I'm privileged to be where I am, and I feel empowered. But I know there are many women who are not.
So do you have some girls amongst your children?
Unfortunately, I have only 2 boys, so I'm looking forward to when they bring me those girls.
Granddaughters.
Inokwambadde nga neebuuza nti abaana b'abawala oyagala bakuza otya, you know. Naye issue nje mbadde mbuuza nti, do you feel empowered after your day's job at work and everything that you've done? And do you feel that sense that I need a man? Is there that thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a question.
Absolutely.
It's just a question.
Absolutely.
I would say for me, I think when I was younger,
Yeah.
I had that foolish talk. Like when you're in university, you're out, you want to go partying, you feel like you want to, to experience the world on your own, you feel invincible. But obviously, as we get older, you realize, everybody needs something. You need to give you validation, and also as a woman, you feel like you bring something to the table. So definitely, it's a foolish thing to think that you don't need men. You do need men.
As a matter of fact, I personally think women are not fulfilled without men. So nobody for me can convince me that a woman, full-blown woman, can tell you, and they are not lying, that I am 100%, I don't need a man in my life. I don't believe it. I've not experienced it. And as I grow older, I realize the need for that partner, not a fellow woman. Because I personally have children, I have daughters, I have so many friends that are female. But I realize the things that even if it's not your male partner, but even workmates that are male, even children that are male, even my brothers, I find there's so much they add to my life that my female people cannot ever do. In terms of thought, in terms of physical energy itself, in terms of life perspective, men come with a difference that
So,
is very powerful.
what do you think?
I really want to think. I wouldn't go the channel of I don't need a man because I think I'm too successful or I've made it or I'm too empowered. I think even for me as Evelyn as a person, there's a big chunk of my success that is attached to my husband, who is my 100% support system.
Yeah.
I would not have achieved a lot of things if it wasn't for that gentleman. Because for him, he takes a stop to pause and say, are you eating well? Are you sleeping? Are you spending too much time on the computer? Are you stressed? Do we need, when he does the side check that I wouldn't have done because I'm on this roller coaster. I'm just checking boxes. I need to do this. I need to do this. Then the kids are going to be sick. I'm out of the country, But because of the support system, I'm empowered and enabled to do even stronger things.
Yeah, but you can find a school of thought where someone goes like, all the things that a man can do, somebody else can help me with those things.
A woman?
Yes, like maids, house helps. Because there's this ideology about feminism, and I've been trying to ask what's the feeling between empowerment and feminism, if that ideology has crossed somewhere. How you think? Because some women feel they once they find their self-worth, it means I don't care about a man in my life. I don't care. Like is the other thing, probably for children's sake only, but nothing else.
I want to go first. I think a woman who subscribes to feminism has trauma.
Has gone through certain.
Yes. Either she has, I don't even think a woman would just receive stories from her fellow women counterparts and choose feminism. No. I think by the time a woman says, I don't need a man in my life, whatever man can do, I can do, apart from the fact that they would carry the sperm, by the time a woman says that and she means it, there is a lot of trauma. She is simply going away from natural order. And for anything that would differ from natural order, we all know nature. Nobody is more powerful than nature, apart from the creator of nature himself. But everybody who would want to deviate from the natural system, from the natural order of things, they have trauma. They have so many wounds that never got healed. Yes, so many unresolved issues. And for me, I really think it's the place of the church. Okay, and also the people in the academia can come in, but the place of the church to restore people to right natural order. And she will do it with a sense of there's a calm, there's a peace, there's a satisfaction. And it's natural. You don't cultivate it. Do you, fellow ladies? Like it is so natural for me to find myself submitting. The only time I will not submit is if this man has not given me reason to submit. Like what he is pushing or what he's proposing is anti what I believe or is anti what the right thing should be. But you find when a man is in his position, naturally the woman enters a place of submission and she wants to work with or follow the leading of the man.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I feel like the church has a role to play.
I feel.
But the thing is also most churches are pastored by men.
Men who should allow women to come and work with.
Do you think it's a men's world? Is that why we need women empowerment?
I don't think it's really a men's world. It's about finding our inner selves to say that Evelyn brings something else to the table
Yes.
from what Pastor Charles brings.
Yeah.
It's like the alphabet. It's not going to be complete if you have all letters, but S is missing somewhere. Or then it's not an alphabet.
Yeah.
So let us find out in a whole bunch of men, let us also do our inner soul searching and say, we can do this and this. There are men who can do things, speaking from a natural point of view. We have men in the office who actually know what to do and how to do it. But when it comes to the efficiency of timekeeping and the accuracy of reporting, you need a girl's eye somewhere to
Exactly.
pay attention to detail.
Yes.
So when you bring this and this together, then you have a complete product.
Yeah, so I think everybody has a part to play. So if a woman is not complete without a man, and just
Yeah.
I believe the man also gets something from the woman, because just the way we think, as Pamela said,
That people don't just react to things because of who they are now. It's a whole system. It's everything around me that makes me who I am. Yeah. So by the time I respond to a thing a certain way, this is a lot of build up. It's my family, it's my education, it's my background. And so I respond that way. I have a question though. Do you ever feel that you're too empowered and you struggle with submission? And I just ask you, like you feel like they don't know ate or no smanchi aliko.
Pastor, can I go first?
Yes.
I don't think I've been in a place of toilet or wherever. Oh my God. But people who know me and have worked with me for quite some time know that I am very fast. I am naturally fast in the way I do my work.
Yeah.
So, and that is the complete opposite of my husband. He takes his time to think about things and evaluate and analyze, and he wants to compare. And when I want something, I want something. I want it done.
Now.
So
So how do you handle that?
So for
How do you
me,
handle that? You
I
do
have-
and then
I have
apologize?
had- no. I have and I have also had to grow into, how to be now a married woman, and you have a partner and you have to contest about things. When we have just got together, I swear to you, I would go out and buy a fridge and bring it. I swear to you, I've never done that. Way back. And I come at night with a special iron.
And
And
then
the fridge is, and it is put in the kitchen, and he sees it in the morning, and he's so pissed. He's not gonna talk to me. He's going to not gonna say thank you. He's not even going to almost use that fridge.
why? Because you didn't involve him in
Yes, but I had to grow into it, and then I remembered on my wedding day, my bosses were giving these awesome speeches, and my pastors, and my singer stood up. She spoke last before I spoke. Nyawe bakuwanye okola bino byonna omusajja temuvugira ku lupanka. I was so embarrassed. she's a professional singer. She has now turned into a real singer.
Yeah.
But the way she said it went so deep. Nti bino byonna tubiwulidde nyaba oli superstar naye.
Yeah.
This is a different program. So I also had to slow down and do sort of a check.
Yeah.
This is not my house. I'm going to do my thing. No, I have to slow down.
I think also especially I want to imagine, how do you change this code? You're a CEO, you command things, you say things to be done, and then you have to go home and ask for an opinion from somebody who probably you have the ability to actually do those things without it.
like, come and buy the fridge and bring it over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember something that my spiritual mentor told me recently, not too long ago, about the obufungo kweguya. Kegamba, even when you feel like you're the
Got
boss
it.
and you got it, whatever, you need to get to that place of submission
Yeah.
and ask for forgiveness when something goes wrong. Sometimes it's not easy. First time, how easy is it to be? Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes you feel like, okay, I'm right, or I don't feel like I should be the one to apologize. But you get to that place and say, okay, no way. let me submit.
Yeah.
As a Christian, this is what God desires, and this is the king of the house. The Sarasajja w'omunyumba eno, so kati gwe. Olina okukakkana.
Yeah.
So olina okugonda, olina okwetoowaza.
So I think it becomes more intentional.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's different from when you're not as empowered.
Yes.
Especially I think it's about social rankings and also finances. To avoid a certain level of money, what do you have in maybe you kola?
Obimale biveewo.
Nga tobuuzizza.
Naye nga bunnanga abantu abo banyiiga nnyo bw'otaba involved.
I know, and for me the beauty is, Pastor, again, ebiseera ebimu when you actually involve him and ask, he's going to bring a totally different perspective. And for me, I will testify that I think on 60-70% of the projects we've had to spend less.
Eventually.
Because of his
Kubanga nze mbera mu
involvement.
office, do you know what we call with deliver? But with deliver obamanyi. Nze nsina budde. So when I see something, I'm like, please deliver to, I put the address.
Yes.
But then for him it's like, babe, how much? Kale. Kati ng'akireeta enkya okkulumya nga kya mitwalo 3 nga wakiguze 18.
Yeah.
So because and you look at it and it's the exact same thing,
Yes.
you're not gonna do it again. So I know taking a step to actually step forward and show you
Yeah.
its value. No kulaga nti it is not always kyolowooza nti kiki kyekituufu.
Yeah, and I think I was thinking about children and stuff, but yeah, handling work stress. So you've been at a busy day at work. You've had all these stresses. Now, like you, Pamela, you work in the bank. I know what bank is. It's end of month. People have to pay loans. Huh?
And then I come to church also to interpret.
And then also you have to serve at your church. So I can imagine when you have a family to take care of, and then you have a husband who also demands his own attention, but you're genuinely tired, and so the balance. How do you handle such situations? Or how would you advise to handle such issues like that in a place where this man should understand we have deadlines, we have things. Or I had a very tough meeting today at work.
You need to give me a break, please.
He gave me a break, and probably he also wants conjugal rights. Other than that, he wants to see his wife serving him food.
His shirts. But I think there's been evolution of those roles. Please, this is personal submission. If you guys differ, yes, you can. I think there's been an evolution of the traditional roles of a mother in a home. Our spaces have been nicely invaded by helpers. There are things that you would love to do,
Yeah.
but you can't. We all have 24 hours. We all have bodies that are systems that require certain things to function in a certain way. So if the time, and see, the partners that we have, there's quite a number that would rather have their wives stay over at home, but those that have their partners working out of home, they appreciate what we bring to the table. And so if I come and I'm fazed by work and I'm exhausted and I cannot do some of my traditional roles, there are those that I can delegate, really.
But-
in all genuine.
But some you can't delegate.
There's some that I cannot delegate.
Exactly.
And so those,
Good.
those that I cannot delegate, I think marriage has got to come to that space, or it is, many marriages actually
Yeah.
thriving in that space where we discuss and talk about new ways of doing what. Otherwise, if you don't, you're going to fail.
Exactly.
You're going to fail because your boss, as if is even boss over at home, because he demands a particular level of commitment and devotion that you have to give if you want to retain that job. So you get mwami, mukwano. But of
Wow.
course, as femininely as you can put it, because you just cannot command it from him, you can't demand it from him, you have to negotiate and win him over. And even then, because you're the negotiator, you need to be able to check how successful is my strategy? Is it working, or am I losing out on this thing? Because you
Yeah.
may negotiate, and some men won't aggress with you. He'll let you, do what you've asked to do, but
Yeah.
you need to be the one the woman, the mother, the homemaker, you need to be the one to check, is my strategy working or it is not working? What do I need to change in order to not lose this and not to lose that at the same time?
Yeah. Those are
Nyo.
omwami n'alaba n'atulalaga nga mukyala wange naye Amerika muvuddeko omulimu mwenna
Mutula mu traffic sawa
mutula mu
bbiri
traffic
ozira
for 2 hours
bingi.
mutuusa awaka kati ye ajja kutuula wali alabe TV
Asaba amazzi.
asabe amazzi so most
Bamala
men
asabe
understand I mean yakuteeka kati
Asabe kajuice kakali special.
kamukwatireko
but also isn't there a threat of opening your husbands so much to the maid and just letting, you know, that over delegation? I feel, but I also liked what Dr. Ann says about okweguya. And those chikulu nnyo kubanga mulimu okweguya. I think you can try to make it work. But anyway, you're watching Destiny Matters. This is Rest TV. We're talking women things this month, and we're glad that you're following all the people that we're able to host here, even on Destiny Matters. We're having a good conversation. We need to take a break though. And when we come back, I'm going to ask these ladies many more questions about their empowerment.
Stay tuned for more when we come back.
Owange gwe sokka owulire bino ffe aba Interior Center abasangibwa Endatete ku Wakaliga Road tukutuusiriza sofa set ez'omulembe, dining tables, center tables, wardrobes, ebitanda, entebe z'emikolo ez'omulembe, sideboards, emifaliso, ebimuli ebirungi, sako ne curtains eziriko. Ate tetukomyawo ffe aba Interior Center ffe bakafulu mu kukolera gypsum ceiling, tuzimba ebiyungo, wardrobe partitions, sako ne TV stands mu nnyumba yo olunno n'enshanana. Twesige tukukolera ekyomulembe. Tukubireko ku 0758 69 72 43 oba ku noti 772 43 47 30. Faba Interior Center twesige tujja kwejjusa.
This is Destiny Matters. Every man is born for a particular purpose, and it's God's pleasure to help you become it. Welcome to Destiny Matters. And now, your host, author, pastor, and speaker, Charles Kasibante.
Yeah, big welcome back. You're watching Rest TV and we are on Destiny Matters. This is a special edition for women, being the month of March. Of course, the Women's Day has now passed, but we have dedicated a whole month just to speak about women and their empowerment. A lot of good conversations are coming through from our panelists that are here today with us, and I'm excited to have them. And I believe that many of you are picking up some points from these conversations. So, abakazi bangi obufumbo bwawe babututte kubanga bali busy. Naye ekyo kyo kakati mwe mukola mutya. Yeah.
I think, as we say, the balance. We know balance.
Yeah.
First of all, cutting your faith as Christian women, I think that's first of all, you have a king, you have somebody who...
N'ekyo nga tekikyali, it's not general knowledge. Ekya nti na mwami wange mutekamu, this is his place.
Musomba, I don't know where you're listening from, but the spaces within abakyala bagalira ddala abakyala abavaluinga obufumbo bangi ate babuvaliwingira ddala. Of course n'ababutavaluinga nabo gye bali ate ennamba zigenda zeeyongera olw'omulembe, but ababutegeera babuvaliwingira ddala.
Naye bakwani nti nomwe temuwuliza abantu, mpuliriza abantu bangi. General group of young girls.
Young girls.
Yes.
Is the thing. Young girls. Tebannaba kukula kumanya nti kulaba kutegeera.
But some young girls are 35 now.
Oh, those are not young girls.
Ngamba basigaddemu endowooza ye young girl naye ng'ate emyaka gyayita.
Anti kati engeri gy'oli pasita olisivinga abantu ab'ebizibu. Kati abatalina bizibu ate bo tebajja kunyumiza.
But I'll tell you, like especially the idea of sisterhood, where the girlshood, where ekyo nga kisse nnyo marriage. Yeah.
Because you see, you're going to meet that group of girls, ngamulimu, like a story we were sharing off air, or of people that are believing in marriage.
Nekamuze omuntu atakkiriza mufumbo abe afumbira lwaki? Like you don't believe in the principles of marriage, but then you also get married.
Pressures of this world, pressures of muchachi, pressures of basenge wakaba mama mwana gwe ibawe anjuko
n'omukwano omuntu akwana n'omwagala nange ate omuntu bw'omwagala, that is the ultimate goal. Newesanga ng'omufumbiddwa kati when that phase in love bwegwako na phase ya kuzimba marriage nojjukira nti bana ebintu bino nonze nno n'okutwaliza awamu musajja ono yantawaanya sisaabiriimu.
Nekamuze so kati empowerment eri kumwe makameka abasoma kati bali abakazi abali wansi
nga bali empowered
batya
akati ate baba abakyala obulamu bwabwe ekintu bwakiwulira you know they are influencers, they rely strongly on their influencers plus also the what life serves them. Kati bw'osanga omukyala nga saagagamba abataasoma pase naye abali mu informal sector bo bw'akwata ekirowoozo ate baguwa n'okitunza abalala bw'akikwata ekirowoozo nti abasajja b'ennaku zino baakukuula bukuuzi togenda kimuggyako ate agenda ku recruitinga ne banne babeere n'endowooza y'emu abasajja bakukuula abasajja there is a prevalent mindset of abasajja batuwe ssente oba tewatuwa ssente batuwe ssente that and they believe strongly in that. Kati bo empowerment yaabwe eri more like rebellion nti tokyasobola kukwata n'onyigiriza ng'onyigirizamu. There's a friend of mine I have, a little young girl, she will not watch, I'm sure. She told me in her marriage, amala ennaku, she's not wedded, she's cohabiting, she had a child. Amala ennaku 3 ew'omwami ennaku 4 ewa maama. Namugamba mukwano, she's 31. Namugamba mukwano, obulamu ng'obukutte obukwasizza ngalo nnafu, omwami gw'oleka ennaku 4 gwe n'ogenda ewa maama n'odda lw'oyagadde onoomusangawo oyo nti oba tayagala aveewo ani amusibyewo ennyawo. Nze bwe mba nzize ansiime nga nzize, bwe mba siriiwo ndi wa maama wange pakati olaba ne maama naye anneetaaga.
Yeah, can you imagine that? Yeah.
There are women who are really struggling in their relationship.
Yeah.
The domestic violence,
Financial violence.
There's a lot that is happening. There's a section of women who
Yeah.
are really going through that kind of thing. So they need this empowerment.
Dr. Mbadde njagala ogatteko n'ekintu kya financial violence. It is new
What
and
is
it is
financial
upcoming.
violence?
Abasajja batakyakola buvunaanyizibwa bwabwe.
That is financial violence.
Yes.
Nkoganga tatukiza
Takyakuba mbooko taleeta ssente. Ze mbooko za kkuba.
anti weina.
Nnyina mmeka.
bakitegeeza nti eyiyo tewooma.
Ey'omusajja. By the also that question, why do you guys keep money?
What do you mean keep money?
As in you make money, naye muzitereka in the pretext nti omusajja yalina okulabirira. Kati ezammwe ne zeera ku account ne zisirika ne zizimba amayumba. Kati ezammwe kati ezammwe zikola ki?
Nze nange I don't subscribe to that school of thought.
Eh?
I don't subscribe to sente y'omukyala ya mukyala. I don't subscribe to it.
So you believe in
It is our family. It should be
so
our
omusajja omwa ATM ne password.
bw'aba agisabye. Akuba naye tagisaba naye nga bw'aba agisabye. Honestly, money is money. Why should it be glorified to that extent?
Waliwo ebintu nga okujjako ebibonera ssente ya kyala. I don't understand that thing.
Neither do
If he's
I.
going to go shopping with my card nga bw'okyogedde mu card
Yeah.
and shopping gwagenda okukola w'abaana bange balye kye baagala, how is that a problem?
Yeah.
So would I rather keep money on the account? My kids want this. Eyange nchukulidde paka mwami Sematimba abalisikayo ebibiri. Abaana bange, I don't know how much time God has given
Neither
me.
cousins benjogera I think I'm meeting the wrong women.
Nakugambye
oli
ku ntandikwa, you
musumba.
need to spend more time.
Osisinkana babizibu.
Kubanga nze bensinkana ze bangamba omusajja yalina okugabirira sente z'ekikazi ezange ezize zaffe.
Nze ndowooza eyo mindset yezadde ne financial violence. Eyo mindset eyo. Abasajja batuuka ekiseera ne bagamba neerindako. Luli eri ffe twakolanga nga tuleeta ssente kuba eyo yali era y'abataata baffe I think and before. Nga bamaama babeera wakati bakola. So taata nga yagenda n'asaggulira ewaka. But even then, mothers were responsible for gardening. They would provide the food in the house.
Yeah.
They would provide the labor at home. They would do so much more. They would even the child raising, like the things that would take money, they would do them themselves. But now, mothers are going out and making hard cash. Kati ate gwe bw'omala ozikola ng'ogamba nti ate sente za kikyala. So back then our mothers had a right to not spend that money because probably yakafisanga na ku busente obutono obwawako obwo obwaki nga bwakatereka ate nze ndowooza okuyitibwanga nti kalinga ka kikyala kabeerangawo kabeewo in times of emergency nga taata bw'aleeta bw'aba tayina kanako ekikyala lwe kalina okuvaayo ku luwuzi. But somehow somewhere during the evolution to working class women nekyonooneka waliwo abaakyonoona nze ndowooza waliwo emizimu egyayingirawo awo ne gikyonoona ne gidrivinga agenda yaakyo ti abakazi basigale nga bo tebaleeta sente abasajja ne banyiiga oba ne balabuka era abasajja ata abo banyiiga era batalabuka nabo you can't okay we should blame them but tusoba munenya nnyo ng'omukazi afuna obukadde tugambe butaano nga ye omusajja tugambe naye afuna butaano but in all fairness human fairness ye yaguluba ne school fees yaguluba ne feeding wemba temunazimba yasasula rent yaguluba ne medical care nga gwe omulungi obukadde bw'obutaano bw'ogamba mbu buyamba beewaffe. What kind of family are you building? Please help me understand.
Oba bakazi bakodo naturally.
Ne si bakodo.
Abamu abembadde meeting.
Si bakodo, it's a mindset issue. It is a mindset issue.
You hear stories of where babagobye mu nyumba and then you end up in nyumba ya child.
Like, what is that?
Oh, really?
You've not heard of that story?
Ngomukazi landlady.
All along, but they have been in that house for more than...
You're serious?
Absolutely.
And then you find out, and then what happens? You stay married?
The man gets very furious. Kati n'agenda n'afuna omukyalo omulala. Kati ate n'osanga omukyalo ono ng'ali very bitter. Ng'anyiiza ennyo agamba abasajja be banne tonyongera abasajja okola buli kimu. N'omusajja n'amalira n'akulekawo nga tetutegedde ensonga ziri.
Those things break trust. I think
it's very unfair.
I think, Pamela, the other thing that I've just remembered now, gender vehicle in my friends, among my friends, I know a girl. I know a girl that got married mukanisa n'akulira mu Yesu. And she got married. And she was a beautiful wife to her husband. Yes. But I think the husband strayed. You're straying nnyo because yali atandise okufuna sente atandika okukola by'ayagala okukola. Omwana she turned like from black to white. Nti omwami bw'avaawo nga tewali butundu. I swear oli omwana afumba enva nga temuli butundu. I swear to you. Ate ajja zifumba. Oba nga tewali baroyiko and whatever is available kyajja oteekamu. Ne wali eri ka kantini waali tasobola genda wagamba you didn't live. Era bw'aba yalesewo amatooke gokka nti galiikumba. She's gonna cook that matooke. You're looking.
Trauma.
Trauma. Also, what has happened?
It locked kabisa.
Trauma.
A couple gets together, they start working together and then when money comes in,
and it is usually the men who turn. Why?
Why
don't we turn?
It depends on. I think it also. I mean, the same thing. It depends on which men you're meeting, because honestly, me the women I'm also meeting. I'm also scared that this is another version. Kwanza mpulira nze mpoze mpulira eyo mukubo kuba eyo. Abakazi bagamba omusajja yalina okuleeta ssente akole
abasajja bwe bagaggawala nga tubadde eno mu bwavu nyambonzire mubambuulizeko abatulaba lwaki batulekawo
lwaki bakyuka
empisa nalabanga Evelyn takyali mumyufu enaafu takyali mulungi enaafu takyali mutono tatalina figa naye figa yange nno ye yagita nti muzaalidde abaana abo
bataano
But he's not even remembering that.
naye ndowooza money is a big factor, and we can't overlook it, whether men or women, kasita sente ziyingirawo on whichever side.
Yes, buli omu akyuka.
Yeah, kubanga zo zikyusa abantu. I was talking to somebody naga nti alina mutabani we asambira Chelsea, is in a training and he's getting money, afuna almost £100,000 maybe monthly or something like that. Kati nene mugamba, so that must be very rich. No, actually, because once you go higher, you have to turn, your life must turn. Emotoka erina okukyuka, emikwano gikyuka, engoye z'oyambala, and so somehow your lifestyle fits into your new world.
Yes.
That's the same thing in marriage. Nti sente anti sikulekawo, ndowooza walina okubeerawo abantu bombi okukula okumitinga ekipya. Ati wali enjuba etasobola kugula. Sigabye beauty ngamenga etiquette empisa ebintu. Anyway, that's not my point. My point is here, kubanga eno season y'abakazi gye tuliko, muve ku basajja, tuli ku bakazi twagala kubuuza.
Some of what you're saying, there's a group of women, and I think they're mostly young girls who are growing up, nga bali misdirected, nga balowooza this is how things should.
Omusajja talina kyagamba, takufuga.
Embeera ne sente nze ninasse, embeera so they n'abawala abato, usually for me I feel it's being tonnaba kukula mu birowoozo, tonnaba kukula kumanya nti ki kino kyekyakutonderwa okubeera maama waka, okuba ng'olabirira amaka, omwami w'omussaamu ekitiibwa. Those are things which are both cultural and also biblical in us.
Nze nasanga omusajja n'aŋŋamba nti nno mukyala we tamugulangayo kintu na kimu. Omusajja yaŋŋamba, Pastor, my wife has not bought me even a t-shirt, and we are married for now 15 years.
And his wife works.
But even if you don't, at least you earn something. Just kubanga tulina ekintu mu bulamu.
You need to listen to the other side of that story.
What could be the other side?
What could be why would she be like that?
Either she does not have money.
Yeah.
Amuzaalidde n'abaana kiki ekyebbeeyi ekisinga ekyo ng'alemerera omugulira essaati ey'emitwalo 15.
Nze nkubuulira. Oli agamba nti oli yabuza namugamba nti I'm so shocked. Your wife buys you shoes?
Yes.
He's like, that is unheard of. 15 years in my marriage. Not
But
even.
what era are they?
They're young.
It's a young couple.
Yeah.
But no, there should be the number of there are people, not people, there are groups I am in ku social media. Owulira mindset y'abawala n'otyamuko n'ogannange where marriage is headed. Of course, I'm only listening to the girls. I can't speak for the boys. Naye n'otyamuko n'ogamba there has to be a deliberate move to give right information.
Yeah.
Yes, and to even leave it out. So those that are doing it the right way should speak so loud to drown out the voices of those that are doing it. Kubanga ne agenda y'abali eri abagala ekintu kineno kife ki marriage abagala tukivuge nga tukize no mu LGBTQ. Because for me, I really I'm a conspiracy theorist. Nimira nnyo bi-theory ebyo ebyakakati ba LGBTQ baatuula ne bagenda okulanga ebintu ebyo bituufu ne bapanga, and so their influencers are very loud. Their influencers have a lot of money, and you find, and they are intelligent people. You can't take away intelligence. It's if God has given it, it is there. So they use their intelligence and spread info that they know once it gets into the mind. Yes. And it poisons the minds, and they even poison ekisinga okunnuma bisookera na mu kkanisa wanene ogenda okulanga abaana endowooza evugedde eri, and you would think but the teachings of the Bible are totally different. Nayenga, there's even no one in the church speaking to oppose it, to say no, the right order is this.
Yeah, and of course, a lot of family marriages, I mean, church marriages have failed.
Yes,
The percentage is actually very, very scary.
yes, they are.
Yeah, from us pastors to the.
batuleetera n'okutya okukola formalizing a marriages because you're like
Yeah.
mubadde mu cohabiting emyaka 7 olugamba aidu
Kiki naye wabeerawo omuzimu awo.
gubeerawo. I remember my boss telling me, Evelyn,
Oh,
mugenda kola mpaka. Like he gave me statistics of how many marriages have broken after saying I do.
Yeah.
How many relationships have broken.
so I think it's a demonic also, thing that the enemy hates family. But now that there's an attack on family, of course, with what Pamela brings up, I think with LGBTQ, XZ, I don't know how many more are still coming. You want to assume that that's a direct attack
Yes,
on man and woman
and family.
staying married.
Yes.
We have couples that married straight. Then along there, someone says, "Me, I feel different." You've heard of that?
Yeah.
Kali
You
ekyo
have them in Uganda here?
ekyo kikola otya?
Yeah.
Ekyo kikola otya ng'omuntu agambye nti kati ye
Ng'akyusa omulungi.
akyusa ye alowooza kati nze tatyagala nnyo bakazi bwatyo ayagala basajja banne oba
Kati ng'ayagala divorce abeera ayagala kisi
Nedda olina sigalawo tukuume
ate nga nsigalirawo
naye weesootinga eri nange neesootinga.
mukwano n'abali straight.
waliwo abamanyi nti abagamba bali beredike nagamba kati banoonye omuwala nkole embaga. They get into this, they go into these marriages and
Yes.
the marriages cause dysfunction and because all they're doing is just to remember kwebikira.
You know there are certain organizations ezitakuwa na interview nga toli married.
yeah.
Nga baagala bufumbo bwennyini obwa mukama mwami na mukyala era nga bakugamba we need this.
Kumbe wateekako wakola kifasi ekyo.
Kati kyova olaba bagenda ne bazikola. I actually have a friend working with the United Nations. He was bamugamba, hey, you qualify, naye toli married, please get married. He got married. He's now one of the people. But yeah, obubwe bulungi, like he's okay, he's married.
Yeah.
Naye nga what I'm trying to show is batch collar to get out of this. And
But
then-
if that happens, I'm also curious. If that happens, what do we do? Because personally, yes. Why would I?
Yeah, but
stay?
then also the Bible says no divorce.
No.
So how do you balance that?
There are conditions
Which condition?
on divorce.
Mu bwenzi.
Obwenzi kati ate buno buba busooka olumya obwenzi nga bukoze n'ekkubo obwenzi ate obuli opposite.
Nanti naye Bible butya buketalingira. But anyway, so the other thing is, what do you think about, because I'm going to ask you about children, but what do you think about the idea that generally empowerment of any sort should be about wealth, about people receiving wealth and people becoming able to make choices? Don't you think that poverty has played the biggest role in dehumanizing women
Yes.
generally? Nti senga abantu bali balina sente, there will be a whole different story.
Yes. The ballgame would be different.
Yeah?
Yes. Poverty plays a very key role. Actually, in empowerment, you could look the pillars of empowerment.
Yeah.
There's education, the pillars. You educate the girl child, you support them in terms of work. All that is pointing toward fighting poverty, because I think that we're being empowered from, it's basically that.
Yeah.
Kubanga, even that mindset or that cultural thinking of men as superior to women, or eyalimyiriranga abakazi, I think it was because back then women were also not given a place in economic activities that directly contribute to income generation
Yeah.
back then, and so it was almost by default that women are inferior, they are underdogs because we don't have money. Gwembulira omukazi awa the queen n'abagereke yakafa, richest, most powerful. What makes her different? What gives her that right? Of course, along with the birth comes the money. Comes the money.
So abakazi balina okuweebwa opportunities eziyingira okusooka nga balina
People also
sente.
need to step out of, to go an extra mile out of the academics that we get in
Yeah.
class to actually provide grounds for skill acquisition, capacity building.
Yeah.
Even if we are to take it to the local level, there's a movement that I'm part of called G4G, Girls for Girls. It's a mentorship that empowers young girls. It's a mentorship program. Number one, know who you are, identify, understand, discover yourself. But when you discover yourself, you understand your strengths, as Evelyn, as Pamela, Chiche, and good at.
Yeah.
Some people, not all of us are going to go to the office and sit on the keyboard and do beautiful reports. Some of us are going to have a very powerful fashion house.
Cake business.
Cake
my
business.
friend.
Abamu bali mu makeup. So
Yes.
soka wetegere your passion. Empower these people. Neku byalo abachala abatafuna opportunity today
Yeah.
to go to school. Wabewe obubiina obutemekeka and sell them. Kulunda nkoko, piggery, the list is endless.
It's just
Yes.
networking
Yeah.
is beginners, what they used to call beginners.
Yeah.
Everybody
So if you empower the women to know that they are worth something, they can do something, they can put things together, they can bring something to the table.
To the table.
Savings clubs, different things like those,
Yeah.
where women can see how they see their money, make their money grow. Oba aluka ebibbo, oba alima n'atuula
Yeah.
ne bateesaganya ne banne. So when your mind opens up, you also see what other opportunities are there.
But I want to add something. As we are empowering ourselves and going after the wallet and, putting ourselves in a position where our potential is fully utilized, we should not forget. Honestly, our position has not, our position in the natural order does not need empowerment. Yeah? Our position in the natural order does not need empowerment. We are, by nature, we are the mothers, we are the homemakers, we are the sisters. So with the power that comes, we should not even delude ourselves into thinking this empowerment is meant to make us fight men
Or compete with men.
or compete with men. It is
Yeah.
meant to make us better, but stay women, not to become men. Yes, and I think alongside those programs meant to help the girls.
But I think also that needs a lot of definition. That also needs a lot of definition. What does it mean to stay a woman? Because Oji Abanga Agamba kati go, you have been relegated to the place where you must be, you must be taken care of. You're only good, Anyway, next time.
Nekirala nti omukyala nze ndowooza alina kuweebwa. I mean, it's also natural that
omukyala
omukyala ate n'abasajja banyumirwa okuwa abakyala. I think men feel when they give to women,
Yeah.
they feel
But can you also appreciate like when we do that and it not be like a right?
The shape.
proud, I guess.
Anyway, thank you for watching Rest TV. I'm so grateful that you've taken out time from your busy schedules to come and be able to share with us that wonderful information. I think it's consistent with what we've been talking about this entire month. People are talking about education as being key. Key, I think it's played a very big role to change how girls view themselves. And I think this government, at least some of its achievements will be that. We cannot overlook what they've done with the woman. Look at the vice president, the prime minister, the speaker. Women. We're even scared. I mean, that is too much. Yeah, but our focus this month has been on the hardworking woman. Tubebaza abakazi abakozi muli bazira nobalekolera baana bambi eriyo ne group y'abakazi sibuuza kibuuzo naye nga abali mama ye taata nabo gye bali abo.
Maximum respect.
Yeah, tubaagala nnyo basinga women mwebale nnyo kulemerako. And I think when a woman has money, the kids are better off. Yeah, I think so. So thank you for joining into the conversation. We'll continue having more of this in the coming weeks. God bless you. We love you, and have yourselves a good night.